Okay everybody, hello there, good morning and welcome to a lovely sunny, crisp, clear, autumnal day here in Dundee. Dundee is now in a tier 3 lockdown, folks, so it's a bit disappointing. We're not sure what's going on, but in the meantime, get my priorities right. I'm going to have breakfast, but I'm here at McDonald's and I'm in a queue of about 20 cars, man, so I don't know whether I can be bothered waiting or not. See what's going on here. Why is it so busy this time? Normally when I come here it's nice and sort of quiet, but yeah, it's rather busy. I'm sort of on the outs. The queue's snaked all the way around and I'm out. And there's 2 or 3 cars behind me as well, man. So, a bit of a disastrous start of the day. I don't know whether I can be bothered waiting. We'll see how quickly this queue sort of moves on, but... Strange effects on my video. Look, what's going on there? That's odd. Right folks, I'm confused here. Well, not confused, but it's normally I just ask for the sausage and egg McStuffing or whatever they call the McMuffin thing, but it's now, I think it's called the breakfast roll, and it says it's new, but what looks new about it is instead of having cheese, egg and the sausage pate thing, I think they've now gone for the cheese on the bottom. That's what looks different to me about it, so I think it's called the breakfast roll. We'll see what happens anyway. Oh folks, bloody diabolical, absolutely diabolical. I sat in that queue for about 20 minutes there, only to get there just at 11, and the thing, I had the big breakfast thing on it, what do you call it, the board with what I can't think what it's called, the board with all the menus on it, and it changed from the breakfast roll to a Big Mac meal. And just I got there and asked for the breakfast roll and she said, oh sorry, it's the main menu now. I said, no man, come on, I've sat in that queue for 20 minutes. Oh sorry. So, sat there for 20 minutes, here I am breakfastless. Is that a word? Breakfastless. So what I'm going to do, folks, I'm going to go to work and see what's going on and see what's happening. I'll grab a coffee there. But honestly, man, honestly. Right folks, well, I've done my McDonald's fiasco. I went into work there just to see what was going on, and I got myself a cup of coffee and a lawn roll, but it wasn't the same as a nice big juicy McSausage McStuffing. Alrighty folks, now here we are in the lift going over the bridge here. This is one of my favourite strolls in Dundee. So I've just I park in the Tesco car park to get 3 hours free. And then I walk across the bridge, along Graffiti Avenue, up onto the Perth Road and have a little explore around the old Perth Road. I do enjoy this walk, man. The Perth Road is... Oh, I just got a message from Rosie there. Yeah, I do enjoy walking along the Perth Road, man. It's one of these little areas that's kind of quirky and it's got some great shops there, man. So we'll see what we can find on this Dundee stroll. There's some artwork by the guy Seagull. Met Seagull. Trying to work out what this is all about. So he's got a bag of chips here and he's given it to the defendant with the black tie on, and there's the judge. So I'm not sure what's going on there. A graffiti mouse, that's supposed to be a nar whale or something, sperm whale. It's one by Psych. Obviously welcome home to Rockstar, who have come back to Dundee. I think they've got a different name now though, yeah. So that one behind me, folks, is a homage to Rockstar Games. Welcome home, because Rockstar Games, the makers of Grand Theft Auto and various other games, based in Dundee. That's where they started off. I think they were called DMA to start with or something, then they changed to Rockstar, but they've just recently come back to Dundee and they're doing some project. I think they've been bought over by somebody, but that was a good one there by Psych, saying welcome home to Rockstar. Awesome. Normally I would go down there into the bandstand, but I've got these new trainers. They're not new, I've had them for a year, but I've never really worn them properly. So I've got them on this morning, Adidas there, and they're quite nice, good ones. So I don't want to go down there into the squelchy mud. On it. Weird. Here it is. I think it is, folks, then. Pack of graff. He does some great nature stuff, he really does. He's built here, chaffinches, eh? So there it is, folks, just behind me. I thought it was a bit bigger than this, but in the paper it looked like it was one big long wall, but it seems to be on two sides. Anyway, this is done by Paco Graff, who also does some good stuff. He's done some great stuff over in Newport, down by the water's edge there, and he's done a few other bits and pieces, but I do like his stuff. He does all this nature stuff, and it's really well detailed. I think these are supposed to be chaffinches on the side of this electric power box. I love stuff like this. As you know, folks, I just love it. But I'm not going to go too close to it. It's a bit boggy down there. So there it is. I thank you all. Now this is Strawberry Bank, which could possibly be the longest cobbled small street in Dundee, man. Goes all the way up. Right up onto the Perth Road. It's really narrow as well. Look, really narrow. I could almost touch it from side to side. But that's a great place. I love it. Strawberry Bank. Folks, there it is. St Mary's. Sorry, Mary's Kitchen. There it is, folks. Mary's Kitchen. I was just in there getting a couple of scones and some rocky road. Hiya, mate. How are you? How are you? I am indeed, Squire. How are you?
Good. I've been watching you for years.
Have you really, mate?
Yeah.
I'm so pleased to meet you, man. How are you doing?
Good.
Right, so I just turned shout out there to Cameron, who I just met there, and his mate Finley, who've been watching me for years, seemingly. So that was awesome. Nice meeting you guys. And I recommended Mary's Kitchen to him, and I also recommended that he goes and buys or reads Train Spotting, the book, because he studied English literature. And Train Spotting is just probably the best book ever, man, I would say. Anyway, nice meeting you guys. Yes, it is good for you. Right, folks, now behind me there you can see it is the community fridge halfway up the Perth Road. I'm sitting on the famous Perth Road bench here. And I don't know how that actually works. Do you just go in there and get something for free, or do you pay, or just leave a tip? I don't know. Go and find out. This is Springfield, which many call the Italian sort of street. As you can see, there's lots of pillars and balconies and sort of rooftop areas. Fantastic. So my battery's playing up again, folks. I've had to stick the charger in. But I'm here at Springfield, which a lot of people call the Italian, not the Italian Quarter, but I think they call it the Italian street or something, or the Latin area. Because as you can see, there's lots of pillars and ornate sort of bits on top of the roofs there. Look, it's fantastic. It really is. A lovely street. I think they were just trying out stuff here as an experiment with the architecture and things. I mean, look at this. Imagine having that as your doorway, man. That's awesome, isn't it? Yeah. And this leads up to the university. But yeah, I don't know if you can get up to the roof of some of these places, but it'd be great, wouldn't it? I think a lot of sort of arty people live here. You can see sort of paintings on the walls and things, but yeah, it's great. It just comes to an abrupt dead end right here. Now this pub used to be Druthie Neighbours, where Hetero used to come and play back in the day. It's now called the Hunter S. Thompson. Now, Hunter S. Thompson was the famous author who wrote Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas and a few other ones. He was an absolute nut job, but a fantastic writer and a crazy dude, but he lived his life to the full and did some extraordinary things and wrote a fantastic... I've actually read Fear and Loathing. I struggled to get through. I got halfway through it, just kind of had to give up. And the film with Johnny Depp in it is a crazy sort of mixed up. I didn't know what to make of it really, but so there it is, the Hunter S. Thompson, folks. Anyway, now folks, I'm sure you're all aware that this house behind me is the infamous Rose Angle murder house, where a horrific murder took place back in the days. And they keep saying they're going to do something with it. It's going to be turned into a restaurant, but something happened and they couldn't get planning permission for it. And they keep saying it's going to be this, it's going to be that, and it just, nothing seems to happen to it, folks. And I think it will just be left to crumble and be part of Dundee's ancient, horrific murder history. But there it is. The murder happened in the back room. Yeah, it's pretty awful, man. You can read about it and read about it online. There it is. Called? I'm not sure. Perth Road steps. But here we go anyway. Walking fast. Walking fast, walking fast, walking very 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 fast. This part of the video is finished anyway. As I said, it's one of my favourite strolls in Dundee. Just sort of walk along here up around the Perth Road and back down again. It only takes about, what, 3/4 of an hour. And as always, met some great people. Nice to go into Mary's kitchen, talk to the guys again. Got some scones and my Rocky Road Robin, which I'm going to have with a cup of tea when I get in. And of course, meeting Cameron as well. So there's always something happens when I'm out and about, folks. Right, back to the car we go.